morning. My name is Tom Chamberlain, and I serve as the current president of the DACC Foundation Board of Directors. What a difference a year makes. Last year, I had the honor of welcoming all students, donors, and staff and friends in person to our Honors Day program. This year, it turns out that I have the first ever honor in welcoming each of you to the DACC Foundation Virtual Honors Program. The Honors Program has always been one of my favorite days of the year. Witnessing the wonderful interactions between our DACC students and our great donors was always special. While we will miss that personal interaction this year, we know that the appreciation and admiration still exists because everyone still believes in our mission of the college, education for all willing students. Donors, without your help, today is not possible. On behalf of the Foundation Board, I thank you. You make all the difference in our students' lives. We recognize you today as our heroes. Students, many of our donors were also fortunate to receive scholarships back when they were in college. These donors believe in you. They know that college education is important to you, and their assistance is always welcomed and needed. If there is any way for the students and donors to carry on conversations after today, I encourage you to do so. These are important conversations that you will remember the rest of your life. Now for a few quick additional thank yous. Our foundation runs well because of our outstanding staff. Executive Director Tanya Hill, along with Sandy Dreher and Gina Davis, do an excellent job of fulfilling the mission of the DACC Foundation. Thanks to each of you. The Foundation Board of Directors, whom Tanya will mention in a moment, thank you for all the time and effort in supporting our college. College trustees and staff, thank you for all that you do to make this college hands down the best college value in the state. Once again, I thank you donors and students. Today is your day. And students, the rest of your life is what these donors are contributing to. We know that you will be successful, and we are all proud to be a part of that success. Now it's my distinct privilege to introduce to you our college president, Dr. Stephen Nacco.
My name is Stephen Nacco, and I'm president of DACC, and I'd like to welcome all of you donors and students to what we call our Super Bowl for giving. It is the honors program that probably for me in my 4 years here, the best event of the year next to commencement. And once again, though, this year, as we did with commencement, we've gone virtual. So we're coming to you not quite live, although I'm alive right now, but it's piping in various students that you're going to hear today, and some of our donors and also our executive director. DACC this semester in the fall has been vibrant in spite of the coronavirus, and what we've done is we've kept our social distancing and we've kept our masks on, and we've had about 1,200 students on campus every day. An equal number of students are taking classes online, and what we're doing is DACC is open for business, and we owe really a debt of thanks and gratitude to all of you as donors who believe in our students, whether you're giving $500 or $2,000 a semester, you are showing our students that you believe in them, that you care about them, and that their future is something that you're going to personally invest in. So our students will thank you that. They'll thank you in the letters you receive as donors, but they also will thank you in person when they get a chance to do that. Thank you for your support of our students, of scholarships at DACC, and for being really benefactors for us in this community. I am now privileged and pleased to introduce the Executive Director of the Danville Area Community College Foundation, Tanya Hill.
Thank you, Tom and Dr. Nanko. Welcome everyone to the 37th Annual Danville Area Community College Foundation Honors Day program, marking 2020 as our first annual virtual program. Today is the day we say thank you to the generous scholarship donors and congratulations to the recipients. I stand here blessed beyond belief that I get to serve DACC in this community with the mission of assisting students getting through college with little to no debt. Since last year, the foundation has obtained 17 new scholarships and has been awarded grants to help purchase technology such as AC/DC welders for the welding program, SMS Educational Precision Simulator package for our ag programs, 20 laptops and computers, and 10 printers to be utilized by our students, and a Philips X5-1 transducer to be used by our echocardiography students. Our food pantry received over 1,500 pounds of food throughout the year thanks to donations from our generous donors, which served over 380 students and families 807 times. Our scholarship application process opened January 6, 2020, and we started our tour of county high schools. We visited over 10 county high schools to talk to students to help them understand, navigate, and apply for scholarships. We ended our online application on March 10th with 429 applicants. And you will get to witness these amazing students' names and the scholarships they were awarded at the end of the program. Today truly is the peak of what the foundation works towards the other 364 days of the year. Although virtual, uniting the donor with the recipient. Again, thank you for allowing me to do what I continue to be passionate about, serving DACC students, donors, and our community. At this time, I would like to introduce my amazing Foundation Board of Directors. President Tom Chamberlain, Vice President Leslie Shore, Treasurer Corey Acton, Secretary Judd Peck. Dick Cheney, Nancy Dollenberg, Jeff Favre, Diane Hampel, Dr. Alice Marie Jacobs, Larry John, Chris Cattell, Theda Lee, Sybil Mervis, Tuck Meyer, Vicki Miller, Dr. J.N. Nelson Eddington, Ryan O'Shaughnessy, Judd Peck, Jane Town, Marilyn Tucker, Jacqueline Benson, Lois Wise, Deanna Witzel, DeMarco Wright, Director Emeritus John Shane, Director Emeritus Dr. George Richards, and Director Emeritus Dr. John C. Mason. Thank each of you for your dedication, loyalty, and generosity to the Foundation's mission. I would also like to thank all past Foundation Board of Directors for their continued dedication to the college and the Foundation. Let's please give them all a virtual round of applause for their volunteer service to the DACC Foundation. At this time, I would also like to thank the DACC Board of Trustees for your dedication to the college mission and student success. Now to thank the two ladies who pull this all together and make the day operations very smooth. Sandy Dreer, Foundation Controller, Office Manager Gina Davis, Foundation Office Assistant and Scholarship Coordinator. Sandy and Gina, thank you both for all you do and more. Your love and passion for our students and donors is amazing. The Foundation is very lucky to have you both. I want to thank the Scholarship Selection Committee. This is a committee that consists of 40 community volunteers who spent hours reading applications and making sure students were awarded the scholarships they deserve. This committee was chaired by our now retired Foundation Board member, Christy Hare, and we were so very blessed that she had chaired this committee for the past 8 years. In 1983, we awarded 22 scholarships, and today I'm happy to announce that for the 2020-2021 academic year, we have awarded over 550 scholarships valued at over $650,000. This is a remarkable amount, would not be possible without our generous donors. Donors, you truly are making dreams come true for our students. I would now like to introduce an amazing lady that I have had the pleasure of serving within our community as a fellow Rotarian, as a trustee during her 17-year reign as DACC President, and now serving as DACC Foundation's board member, Dr. Alice Marie Jacobs. Dr. Jacobs continues to be one of DACC's biggest inspirations as she has never stopped looking out for the college and for our students. Please give a warm virtual welcome to Dr. Alice Marie Jacobs.
Thank you, Mrs. Hill. I am honored to have been asked to speak at this year's virtual honors program. I am imagining that our gym is filled with many donors, students, and family members, as a typical honors program would be. However, as we are all aware, large gatherings are just not possible currently. Speaking to you does cause me to reflect on the first program I attended in 2000, after I had just become president of Danville Area Community College. It was a much more modest event then, with not nearly the number of scholarships being awarded. Fortunately for our deserving students, many more donors have made the decision to establish scholarships to enable students to work toward their academic and career goals. In the next few minutes, I hope to thank our generous donors and College Foundation and College, tell you why my husband and I are enthusiastic donors, and offer encouragement to students. Let me tell you a little bit about my background. I was the first person in my immediate family to attend college. Doing so was made possible by a scholarship established by a generous family in my hometown. The education I received from a 2-year college, similar to DACC, provided the pathway to many years of full-time employment and part-time studies, culminating in a PhD. When I retired from DACC as president in 2016, I had worked in community colleges for a total of 46 years, a career that would not have been possible without the assistance I received from a generous donor like the generous donors who have supported DACC students. Like many of our students, I attended college with 2 small children. I know firsthand the challenges of being a parent and a student. The financial challenges can be daunting for most students and families. Scholarships in the Jacob's name that we and our family and friends have established enable us to remember our parents who never had the advantage of a college education. In fact, my mother's frequent advice was, education is something that no one can take from you. Similar advice I expect some of you may have received. In addition to my mother, many people have made insightful quotes about education. One of my favorite is from W.K. Kellogg. I think it is especially meaningful in today's challenging times, and I quote, "Education offers the greatest opportunity for really improving one generation over another." Let me repeat his quote. Education offers the greatest opportunity for really improving one generation over another. Mr. Kellogg's quote has always been an inspiration to me as we have worked to ensure that the maximum number of people receive a college education. In addition to great teaching and learning, scholarships are an important aspect of what makes higher education valued and possible in our community. The DACC scholarships available assure that many students receive the significant assistance that I once received. Assistance that ensured that I was able to attend college, graduate with an associate degree, and continue advanced studies. Thank you to our generous donors who enable many of our students to not only experience success and graduate from Danville Area Community College, but to do so with little or no debt. The day that the college holds its honors program has always been one of my favorite days in the academic year. I have loved seeing the donors and scholarship recipients meet each other. There's another reason that I have always appreciated honors. It is the day that we celebrate all of the individuals, businesses, and organizations that have established scholarships at this great institution. When you listen or read the names of the scholarships, you will realize that it is almost like a history of the people and organizations that developed this community and college as places that we can not only be proud of, but also places for which we can be grateful. To me, the names of the scholarships read like a who's who of the college district. The scholarships and the students who receive them are a reflection of how much this college is valued by the people of our community. There's another aspect of scholarships that I would like to share with you. Scholarships mean thank you letters from students. I would be remiss if I didn't share with students how much thank you letters mean to donors. It is how we learn about you and are reminded of the good that our contribution is doing. It means a great deal to a donor to hear words like the following we received from one of our scholarship recipients, a second-year nursing student, and I'm quoting, "Words cannot express how grateful I am to your family for the scholarship award. Your generous gift will enable me to work toward my academic and career goals with less financial worries." Her words remind me of what many donors have shared with me. They not only appreciate thank you letters from students, they even keep them from year to year. Finally, in addition to extending appreciation to the wonderful people who have made scholarships possible through their donations, I want to thank the College Foundation Board and President Chamberlain, Executive Director Hill, and hardworking staff. They, along with the College Board of Trustees and Chair Harvey, College President Nacco, and talented and outstanding college faculty, staff, and administrators, continue to ensure that DACC is the kind of institution in which donors want to invest their resources. Congratulations to all of the scholarship recipients and best wishes for a successful academic year. You are the reason there are donors.
Thank you, Dr. Jacobs. You have touched so many lives in this room and in our community. We will forever be grateful for your dedication to Danville Area Community College. I would now like to introduce Mr. Alec Schomburg. Alec is a second-year presidential student and comes to us from Westville High School. Alec has been an amazing DACC presidential scholar. Anytime I called upon volunteers, he was front and center. As a perfect example, I asked him if he would speak to us today about his experience as a DACC presidential scholar and receiving scholarships. He didn't hesitate to say yes. Please welcome Alec Schomburg.
Receiving a scholarship is so much more than simply a way to pay for college. A scholarship is a reward for all the hard work a student has put into their academic achievements. It is like receiving a trophy for first place, except you can actually use the trophy for something as important as furthering your education. Not only does a scholarship help pay for college, it allows the students to relax and focus on what is really important, getting good grades, learning the material, and contributing to their community, instead of trying to balance school, a full-time job, or one of the many other things that may take up a student's time. I have experienced this firsthand, and I am so grateful to have received my own scholarships. Not only have they taken the financial burden away and given me a reason to keep working at my academic achievement, but they have allowed me to focus on volunteering my time with Phi Theta Kappa, Danville Area Community College clubs, and through various events and organizations throughout my community. Scholarships even provide me with extra study time that I would otherwise have to spend obtaining funds. As an engineering student, I especially value the extra study time, and I use every spare moment I can. To illustrate this, here's a glimpse of my everyday life. Most days begin by going in early to the tutor center to try and solve the problems I've been working on. Then it's off to class to receive more unanswered questions, which means just straight back to study tables with classmates or to the tutor center to try and find the solutions. Next, I may have some type of meeting with the club where I hold various positions, such as founder and president of the engineering club, co-founder and vice president of robotics club, or being an officer of Phi Theta Kappa. There isn't much time to take a break. Finally, I'm on my way home, thoughts of how to solve unanswered questions in my head. Next on the schedule is finding a time to lift weights. Generally, the best time to go is after I simply can't look at numbers anymore and need to take a break. And what a break it is, going from something mentally exhausting to something physically exhausting. But it's well worth it. I get the chance to better myself, as well as have the opportunity to work with high school students to not only teach them the correct techniques, but how to work hard to achieve their goals. Once the workout is over, it's right back to finishing up whatever it is I haven't done, or planning out an attack on when I need to head back to DACC the next day to get help on any questions I can't figure out. Without scholarships, this schedule would be simply impossible. and I would never be able to have the same amount of study time if I had to pay for 100% of my college. I try to manage my time as well as I can, and I am not a fan when unexpected changes to my daily plan happen. The COVID-19 pandemic might as well have taken my daily schedule and smashed it to bits. The pandemic definitely created some difficulties for me and how I could get the help I needed for my challenging classes. At first it was difficult, but with the help of my instructors, either through video chats or email, I received the help I needed, and I thank the Danville Area Community College staff for their help in these trying times. I also had the opportunity to participate in a paid internship, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it turned into being unpaid. Without the scholarships I have received, I would have had to turn down this opportunity to learn about my profession and find a full-time job. Time and time again, my scholarships have made college a great experience, and now I have the ability to work part-time and save up money towards my four-year university. This way, I will have less debt after graduating with my bachelor's degree, providing me with the financial means to pay for other things, such as housing and living costs instead of student loans. I'm extremely grateful for the scholarships I have received, and I realize without these scholarships, the opportunities I have had during my college years would not have been possible. So, thank you to all the donors of the DACC Foundation. You have changed my life and the lives of many others.
Thank you, Alec. Sharing your story about how receiving scholarships has allowed you to enjoy your educational journey and extracurricular activities proves that our donors' gracious hearts have kept you on track to successfully completing your education. Thank you, Alec, for sharing your story and being a community student leader. Your representation of being a DACC Presidential Scholar is much appreciated, and we are very proud of you. Next, I would like to introduce Miss Morgan Harding. Morgan is a second-year radiology student. She is going to share with you her journey and how receiving scholarships has helped her fulfill her dream. Please welcome Morgan Harding.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Morgan Harding, and I am a second-year radiologic technology student. I am here today to express my gratitude to the donors who chose to give me scholarships over the past 2 years. Without the help of these gracious donors, I would have had added stress due to the fact that the RadTech tuition is double that of general education classes. I always dreamed of going into the medical field, but was uncertain of what field. So I had the opportunity to shadow various medical professionals, and the radiology department intrigued me. I then started researching the topic. I found that working in radiology would allow me to help people through science with X-rays and other high-energy radiation, especially the use of such radiation for diagnosis and treatment of diseases. Once I knew this was the field I wanted to study, I made an appointment with a DACC counselor. They explained the RadTech program consisted of in-class hours, clinical hours, and many hours of studying. The RadTech program, as I stated, requires a lot of time and study. Due to having classes and clinicals 5 days a week, I wasn't able to work as much as I wanted to help pay for my tuition. I worked part-time whenever I could, but eventually wasn't able to work due to a school workload. But thanks to generous donors such as each of you, I was able to not stretch as much and focus on my studies. Receiving these scholarships not only helped me, but also helped out my family. Over the past 2 years, my mother and father were attending DACC as well, working towards their degrees. My father received his associate's degree last year, and my mother is working towards her bachelor degree. They both work full-time and are trying to help me. I am so very grateful and proud of them both, and thanks to these scholarships I received, it took pressure off of them, so they could focus on their educational goals. I am proud to announce that I will be graduating in May of 2021 with my Associates in Applied Science with a Radiologic Technology Certificate. I truly believe that I would not have been as successful and focused without the generosity of my donors. Words can never express how thankful I am. Once I graduate, I hope to stay here in Vermilion County as a tech and give back to those I know and how lucky I have been to receive. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. You're a true testimony to how receiving scholarships can be life-changing. This young lady started her journey with me 2 years ago, and I am here to tell you her study habits are amazing. Morgan has also been a student that I can count on to volunteer whenever I ask. She happens to also be very photogenic, so you may have recognized her on a few of our foundation brochures. We are very proud of this young lady as she represents DACC in true student form. I would now like to recognize one last group, the Presidential Scholars. The Presidential Scholarship is awarded to the top 15% of the students graduating from high schools within the DACC district. It is generously funded by the estate of Frank Brittingham, Danville Area Community College, and Danville Area Community College Foundation. The fund provides tuition for 2 years and is the highest academic award given. Our first-year recipients are Aaron Anderson, William Anderson, Kyler Bennett, Mackenzie Kavanaugh, Savannah Cronkite, Cade Cummings, Alexis Darby, David Enjambry, Lexi Hudson, Caitlin Hunsinger, Hunter Lang, Chayton Lawrence, Jacob McGee, Emily Rogers, Dalton Rollinitis, Isabella Snap, Sydney Spires, Lorenz Tu, Joanna Walder, Riley Walker, Aubrey Wells, Cameron Winland, and Madeline Woods. I would now like to introduce and welcome back our second-year recipients, Shemaiah Cope, Nathaniel Cundiff, Winter Hawes, Trent Maxwell, Caleb Medina, Kylie Newman, Logan Richardson, Marissa Rush, Alex Schomburg, Kerrigan Schaefer, Amanda Smith, and Jaden Waterman. In closing, I would like to thank all the people who made this virtual program possible. Laura Henskin, Director in Video Production, and Keith Miller, Video Production Assistant. You both have done an awesome job putting together our first annual virtual honors program. I want to give a special thank you to Fall Stitch Printing for generously printing programs you have in front of you. Thank you, Fred, your ongoing loyalty to Danville Area Community College. Students, congratulations on your scholarship awards. Donors, thank you for continuing to open doors and create opportunities with your generous gifts to the Danville Area Community College Foundation. You truly are appreciated. This concludes our virtual honors program. I look forward to reuniting everyone again for an even bigger celebration in 2021. Thank you for attending our 2020 virtual honors program.
you.